Welcome to Technique Friday with Els. Today I'll be showing you how to create a tea light candle holder using the lace pocket die from ModaScrap. I have to say first, like, this was an idea from Anita Isendoorn from the Netherlands, but I got so many questions about it, so I thought I'll just show it in a YouTube as well. So here I have it in gold paper or cardstock, and this is in our white soft finish cardstock. And you see I added a small poinsettia from Susan's garden as well. So let's put this aside. So the dies that I used are these ones. So this is the lace pocket, and then here I have the small poinsettia from Susan, this one. I have to say Susan created the small poinsettias for me, so I'm just going to add them as an embellishment. So if you want to know how to create these small poinsettias, Susan does Facebook Live, Susan's Garden Club, but she also has YouTubes on our YouTube channel, Elizabeth Craft Designs. So I cut the lace pocket twice, so this is from our soft finish cardstock, and I also show you that this is the one I cut in the gold cardstock, and it comes out beautifully. If you see how intricate this die is. So what I do when I die cut this, so I have the die, let me grab it because I have it here, put it aside already. So when I die cut this, so I put my die face down, plate on top, and then I run it through like this, so a die facing down, and then I turn it over and do a die facing up, and then it cleans out beautiful. So here I have the two that I cut. So what I'm going to do with one of them, let me put this aside for a second. So with one of them I'm going to cut off the whole all the tabs on the side. So you line it up, and you can clearly see a score line here, so it's easy to line it up and trim it. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. And I leave the bottom one. And then with this one, I'm going to trim it smaller, because I'm going to use the 3mm tape. So you can kind of figure out how wide your tape is, but I know if I use the 3mm tape that I kind of line it up here on that line here, but you will figure that out when you do it yourself. And I do that on both sides. So that's that. I'm going to put this on the side because I need it to score the cuts as well. Let me find the beginning of the tape. Here we go. So I'm going to line up like some 3mm tape here. I'm just going a little bit over and then just cut it off. And here as well on this side. And then just trim this on all four edges. And when you do this, because I made that mistake myself, there's a little corner here that kind of sticks out. Don't cut that off, because that kind of makes a nice shape. It's there for a reason. So put this aside, and then I'm going to add the wider tape at the bottom, and again I go over a bit. Same with this one. And then I'm going to trim that. And so that's that. Then I'm going to first fold it a bit. And it has score lines, so it's easy to fold it. And I use our soft finish cardstock for this. And you can also fold it, maybe it's easier, you can also fold it before you make it smaller. That's whatever works best for you. I think that's what I did with the other ones. Okay, so that score is there. And now I'm going to score it in the center. So I put my score blade in and whatever tool you have, of course. Going to line this up perfect, so I can easily see here that this is the center. And I'm only going to score it till here, till that first, because this is a very delicate part, so I only score it till here because this folds by itself. And then I do the same with the other one. Don't cut, of course. Score. There we go. Then I'm going to trim it here on that score line. And then I'm going to cut the corners, because this is going to fold in. It makes the bottom of the... So you go just going in an angle here and in an angle here. I'm doing the same here. That's that. And now I'm going to line up my first one here. So I'm going to take that release sheet off and line it up perfectly. So just line up those two little corners at the bottom, and you line it up at the top. And then press it down. And then what I found easy is that I add the bottom already on one side. And it's hard to see the score line. I can see it, but the light is kind of, so you probably don't see it, but I line it up on the score line here. So that's one already, you see. So this will kind of fold in, and at the end I will also add a bottom inside to kind of finish it off nicely. So that's that one. And now I'm going to close it. And so just make a sharp fold here. Then I'll take this off. And then I'm going to line up, so I'm going to line up that pattern perfectly, you see. So you can line up that pattern from that die, because then you know you will have a beautiful, even, so like that. Then close this to the top, press it down again. And then this folds, because I made my score line here, you see. So this folds and this folds. You see, so now I have my square. So now I'm just going to fold these parts as well. See, because there's a score line, put your hand inside, is easier. And just put your hand here, and then kind of your fingers can guide it. So that's that one. And now, of course, you need to make sure that you make a nice square. So I'll just take these off, all three now. Oh. And then you could kind of eyeball it so you can see when it's nice and square. That's that. See, so now I have my square, and of course I want to have it looking nice on the inside as well. So I tape my tape again. Just add 4 sides of tape. And this will look beautiful on your Christmas table, or a wedding. For a wedding table it will be pretty. So then you don't add the poinsettia, you add another flower. Any flowers you have in your wedding, because Susan has a lot of different flowers. So just line this up in here and then press it down. See, and then you can put your candle in here, and it's ready. But let that add, in this case, add a small poinsettia. But again, if you want to use it for a wedding, you add another flower. Just a little bit of the kids glue, and I just add that to the corner here. And then the glue will shine through a little bit, it will go through a little bit. So what I did, it dries clear, so I just turn it over and I see some glue here, and I just take my finger and wipe that off, and when it's dry you will not see it anymore. See, now you have your beautiful, look at that. This is so nice. So thanks to Anita and of course ModaScrap for the beautiful design. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and download the free project sheet. And I've also suggested a couple of videos I think you'll enjoy as well. See you next time.